Okay. Let's see what's the latest greatest in energy research.
These wind turbines are tiny but mighty. Once deployed on high altitude currents, they are a potentially self-sustaining source of clean power. Eventually, they'll shuttle back and forth to a dock. But right now, we're looking for a way to place these for an initial test run.
I think I can get these up to the right altitude with the web wings. They don't call it Brooklyn Heights for nothing. Here we go! Huh. Web wings alone aren't getting me enough lift. I need a little push. The intersection of Court and Montague is super windy. I've certainly lost enough papers walking through there. Let's use that as a natural wind tunnel. This is really high. Now to deploy. Fly free, little turbine. Whoops, gotta turn around. Kabam! One more. Man, these views are ridiculous. The turbine's been compromised? What? How? Need to check on that. Gotta get up there. What is going on up there? Talon drones attacking the turbine. I've gotta stop them. You guys again! I really wish we'd stop meeting like this!
Stay out of our way, and we won't have to!
Really? I'm in your way?
He's in the air!
Okay, that's all of them. Gotta get this turbine back in place. There, all up and running. I should make sure Dr. Wynn sets up some turbine security for these. Ah, very useful.
My pleas for peace have been rejected by calls for violence. From, you know it, Spider-Man. An attack on what was once a destination for enjoyment now stands desecrated and defiled. Our cherished Coney Island was victim to a free-for-all brawl, destroying iconic attractions and history itself. Some of my fondest memories were at Coney Island. My father used to buy me the nickel pop and hot dog combo, and I, like any self-respecting American, would overindulge. Now, it's all been taken. To make matters worse, Spider-Man seems to have brought a new friend along for his night on the town. Just what this city needs. Another vigilante to take the law into their own hands. One person wasn't enough for you to corrupt Spider-Man. You need two acolytes to do your bidding. Add to the pile of unpleasantness the Hunters and reformed criminal Lonnie Lincoln, a.k.a. Tombstone, and you have a recipe for the ruination of any normal person just trying to have a night out. These Hunters are clearly after the Spider-Men, and any of their accomplices. They're as much a blight on this city as the heroes protecting it. I'm sure Old Glory Mayor Grant loves what this does for tourism.
Get ready, Spider-Man! Here we come!
Come on! Can't you just give me the crystal and I'll be on my way?
Why try when you've already lost?
Sorry, guys, but I'm not leaving without that sand crystal. All right, Marco. What's going on in that head of yours?
I tell them to leave us alone, but they don't care. They shoot me with a net, try to hold me down. I was sand before I knew it. I'm so ashamed, but I had no choice. I gotta get back to you.
Marco had to do something. Or else he'd be just like Scorpion right now.
I'd love to see you all at the fair next week. I'm going for the Chili Dog record, and I hear the shrimp cocktail competition is going to be biblical. Anyone want to challenge me? Huh? I ate a breakfast boot. Hey, you paid for that photo, Spider-Man?
I heard this guy dips his hot dog buns in tomato juice before eating them. Now, I get that it makes it easy for them to go down, but tomato juice? Brother, that ain't right.
Looks like they're hunting for something. Better put a stop to it.
The others do not...
Spider-Man, he's here!
Head enforcement here. You're in violation of several ordinances. And today's lesson is never send a robot to do a hunter's job. Though I'd beat them too.
Danicast clan, let's talk about Coney Island. First off, the latest news from first responders is many injuries, but no fatalities. Small blessings. But we have got a lot of unknowns. Who perpetrated the attack? Who was the man who helped Spider-Man? I've got to be honest, folks. This is giving me not good flashbacks to the underground and Roxxon brawls of last year. Here's hoping that with 2 Spider-Men in town, we can steer away from more citywide chaos. Anyone who tells you these things happen for a reason should be cursed with wet socks forever.
Good, good.
Ah, the Manhattan Bridge. Can you believe they started building it in 1901? Finished in 1909. I thought it was old when I was a kid, but now, it's just amazing the history that's in this city.
Not bad at all. Sorry to break it to you, but the beach is that way! Despite all appearances, this is no day at the beach! Finally. I can open up this crystal in peace.
I lose the creeps at the school and come home. Walk through the front door. But you're not there. They are. What have they done to you, Keemia?
Craven's real twisted for putting Marco's kid in the middle of all this. Gotta look for more crystals to find out what happened.
Marco's memory is returning, and he's agitated. The doctors are piecing together what happened. It sounds like it's not all his fault. I'll let you know if I hear more.
Have you heard the one about the criminal who went to prison and came out a better person? Me either! But that's what Quentin Beck would have us believe. After his numerous crime sprees, who could forget when he made Spider-Man look like a moron chasing an imaginary flying bus of school children while he made off with $2 million in diamonds? He finally landed himself where he belonged, behind bars. Now he's out and wants us to accept him back into society as a fully rehabilitated individual. Let me tell you something. I know one thing to be 100% certain. People do not change. Once a criminal, always a criminal. I don't know if this was a clerical error in our judicial system, but there is no way this man has paid his dues and repented for the damage he's caused. Do not trust this con artist. Attend his attractions at your own risk. And while we're at it, I can think of 2 other costume criminals that belong in prison with Beck. But that's for another podcast.
That's perfect. There! Gotta get those robots off the streets!
You gotta hand it to New Yorkers. I wasn't even trying to be funny there. If there's a good time to be had, they'll find it.
Need to work on your tracking programming. Spider-Man is here! Stop him!
Seems like everyone has a robot army but me! That wasn't too rough. Not bad.
You know, for a place where everyone's comfortable calling out when something's wrong, people here sure hate admitting when they're wrong. The writer in me does love the irony, though.
Just how many of you are there? you protecting? Back to our regularly scheduled programming. Sand crystal time.
I start yelling, losing my cool. If they did anything to you, I can feel the sand about to take over. And then they splash me with some chemical. Don't know what it is, but trying my hardest to stay awake. I'm fading fast until I see black.
Must have used some strong stuff to knock out Sandman. But what happened to Keemia? That should work for Robbie.
My best friend's kid painted this. I remember her showing me a sketch of it the day before it went up. New York is nothing without its people.